Hello and welcome to my continuation of my journey through My Hero. I just want to let you know that since this season is 25 episodes, I'll be splitting it into two parts so the upcoming video for the season isn't insanely long. So where we last left off, we looked at the introduction of the A class and the invasion of the League of Villains, seeing how all the students reacted in a true time of danger, looking into the villains of the series and wondering if Deku will be able to become a full-fledged vessel for One For All, or someone could have put an end to All Might. We have a quick recap, and I mean, I did a recap already, so if you want another one, fine, so be it. I think it was really nice to have this because you have to remember that seasons take forever to come out, so it's just nice to have a recap just to refresh your memory, unless you're gonna rewatch the whole season again, if you really want to. Also, again, I'd like to let you know that I am not skipping this banger either. I do think this opening is pretty cute, seeing everyone get ready, doing stretches, warming up, and getting dressed. It kind of hype up to the breakdown with the song, where it's kind of flashing, showing all the animations, teasing the fight that are to come. The news of the League of Villains finally comes out, and it seems like All Might is relaying a message to someone about having Deku be his successor, explaining that Deku has the mindset of a hero and it's the correct choice to give him the power. Sorry I didn't use his name before, but Shigaraki has the ability to disintegrate anything he touches. It looks like the heroes are trying to find some kind of lead on the ringleader. It seems like they worry that Shigaraki still has room to grow and has so much potential that he can be even more deadly. Deku's in his room watching the iconic All Might video, reflecting on the attack, seeing that he still has more room to improve and trying to be more helpful than he was before. The students all talk about what happened, and this great loser is crying his eyes out still about it. Please, someone shut him up. Thank you, Bakugo. You dropped this, King. Aizawa is still the homeroom teacher after getting such a beating. Oh, so many crowns to give out this episode. The UA Sports Festival is coming up and it's time to prepare. They're going to be bumping up security for this festival, but still progress with it because they aren't shaken by the villains' attacks. This festival gives the students the opportunity to be noticed by the pros. Think of it like a scouting ground for the public and their agencies. This grape guy is about to say something so fucking stupid. Thank you, Sue. Here's another crown given out. Uraraka is asked about why she wants to be a hero, and she says it for the money. Yet, it always isn't that simple. She is doing this for her family construction business, but I would like for you all to join me and see how cute she is. Look at her wanting to help her family. I can see both sides to this. One is the child trying to give back to her family, and the other is a father trying not to intrude on his father's dreams. It's kind of allowing kids to be kids without worrying about adult things. Ida and Bravo's are a beautiful response here. We find out that All Might has shortened his time to about an hour and a half since he overdid it during the Nomu fight. All Might expresses how important it is for Deku to show up at this festival. Let them fucking know. Let all Japan know. No. Let the whole fucking world know. I am here. Explaining what the festival will be like, it seems like it could be a tournament arc, and holy shit do I love tournament arcs. I think it's the easiest way to captivate me into an anime, like the tuning exams, Tournament of Power, Battle City, and just so much fucking more. All Might wants Deku to excel in this event. Bakugo calling all the other students extras is just so fucking cool, man. I might be a little late on this, but Bakugo is finally growing on me on the second watch through. We have an idea that people could be replaced in the hero chorus, and other people are trying to aim for the spot within it. There's almost like a sense of elimination within this tournament. So much more on the line. Again, Bakugo has a cold line, but it is a true statement. It doesn't matter as long as you rise to the top, meaning all this talk and insults mean nothing. Actions will justify who gets to stay on top and who falls short. Okay, this is one moment I think I remember why I had issue with Deku. I feel like every season he kind of forgets where he was at the end of the last season. Like, why is he trying to remember here why he's here, why he's motivated to be a hero? It's just one example, but I feel like he shouldn't be reminded on what just happened not too long ago. We see everyone training, and now I can finally see a glimpse of everyone's power. Also, this guy here, I know he got some kind of OP power because he's too cute and too friendly. We have the great pervert again, and I know exactly that this would probably be his room. Now we start on the festival and it's finally on its way. I think it's kind of lame that they don't get to use their suit, but I guess I understand because the other students aren't in the hero course. Todoroki comes out swinging with the I'll beat you all mentality, and I love it. More rivals, more on the line, and more for everyone to give it their all. What the hell is a rated R hero? Isn't that just hentai? Also, my crow boy right here asking the right questions. Should she be out of high school? Oh, shh. Bakugo's gonna speak. Exactly what I expected him to say. Wait, there's an obstacle race? I guess I really must have forgotten. We've got everyone moving on ahead with their powers. And okay, I'll give some credit where credit's due. This little pervert, I'm not that mean. He did use his power pretty smart here. But why was it also so fucking funny to see him go flying? Now the robots are coming out and Todoroki soloed them instantly. Look at this animation. Also, Deku's mom is still my MVP. Seeing more quirks of the students are always nice. Wait. Am I wrong, or does Tokyo-yama kind of have a stand? No. That can't be right. That would be bizarre. The students start pushing through the robots and the rubble, showing that Class A is a tier of their own. Deku hasn't even used his quirk, but he's still moving. The next stage is interesting because it seems like the support class, you can use items and costumes. Due to them not being in the hero class, it must be something along the lines of they don't have a quirk or just not have a combat quirk. Todoroki and Bakugo just are going at it, heading in the lead, and the last place has a minefield. What the fuck? Are we trying to give these kids some Vietnam flashbacks? Bakugo comes flying in, taking the lead, and I love this line so much. Don't declare war on the wrong person. Saying, don't ignore me, I'm much of a threat, or if not, even more. Deku is behind, but it looks like he has a plan, collecting mines and using it as a boost to fling himself into the lead. But holy shit, man, Deku having the mentality right here that if I can't have it, no one can, is just so perfect. He just blows up all three of them and fucking keeps on running back into the stadium. This is how you fucking hype up a tournament arc. You give me the slightest taste of potential of what is to come, a little whiff of the hype. Deku did what All Might told him to. He told everyone in that stadium, everyone watching from home, I am fucking here. All Might seems so proud of Deku, and I do see that his perspective of helping everyone could be a weakness of Deku, but Deku knows that he can't be number one without beating everyone. Okay, Bakugo being upset here, I fully understand. He fell short again after proclaiming himself to have so much praise, and no way this perverted guy piggybacked off Momo. So disappointed. Everyone gets properly placed, and next is the cavalry battle. So each person will have different points. Deku, for finishing first, gets, hold on. 10 million, making him the bounty that everyone wants to try to claim. Such a good way to push him into a corner and possibly use his quirk. So the cavalry battle will be 15 minutes and consist of groups of 4. They aren't really out until the time runs out. The kids start to think of strategies on how to win. They start thinking about what people they want to team up with, and Bakugo is being asked by a lot of people to be their teammate. But I love that he doesn't even know what their quirks are, because only he matters. The hardening guy wants to team up with Bakugo, but I think it's very interesting because he comes out with so much confidence, and I think Bakugo wants teammates that just don't want to survive this festival. They want to win it all. The team starts slowly developing except for Deku. Because he has a 10 million bounty, it will cause all his teammates to be a target as well. Uraraka joins Team Deku, but Ida refuses. This is such a great moment for him though, especially early on, seeing him and knowing that he has to grow and challenge his friend to achieve his goals. We have the support of Mei joining Team Deku as the third teammate. I like her design a lot. Her design really shows what type of character she is. It's also nice to have a female character that isn't overly sexualized. It's cute to see them gush over heroes as well. It's a little fun interaction. Deku chooses his fourth teammate, saying that he's currently missing out on power. So he gets the crow guy that actually has a stand. And if you didn't know already, I fucking love JoJo's. Anyway, the next round starts, and Jesus Christ, the difference in points from everyone compared to Team Deku is just insanely funny. Everyone charges Team Deku. Didn't realize this until now, but Tokyo-yama's stand is like a sentient one, so it's like having a fifth member. Other teams are fighting amongst themselves to get other headbands. I also like to give credit where credit is due. The great pervert did have an insane plan. His team was very solid, and it was very resourceful with their quirks. Deku tries flying away, but Bakugo won't let him run. Flying up to Deku's team, seeing that as long as they don't touch the ground, they can be separated from their horse. But Bakugo gets the headband stolen, bringing his team to 0. Bakugo gets taunted here and just shifts all gear to kill everyone else before he kills Team Deku. My man wants all the fucking smoke. There is less than half the time remaining. Deku is now confronted with Todoroki's team, hyping me up for the next episode. Teams start to lose their cool with the time limit going down and missing headbands. Also, why does Momo look like this here? I mean, we can't have her produce things from the palm of her hand or something? Anyways, Todoroki just hits everyone with a ton of AoE attacks. I don't know if this is a continuity error, but Todoroki takes the headband off this girl, but when she reacts, she still has the headband on, but when she yells, it's gone? I don't know. It was just something funny to point out. Tokoyama explains his stand and how it works, different times of the day and the different effects it has on it. At night, it becomes stronger and more difficult to control, and I'm liking this guy a lot. And no, it's not because he reminds me of a JoJo stan. And so what if he does? It's my video, damn it. Oh no, Dark Shadow is sad! We have to kill the sun now, we just have to. Apparently Koda is the name of the gentle giant guy that I know has an OP quirk, but he knows Tokoyama's weakness. Looks like someone from Class B is copying other people's quirks as long as he touches them. Copying a quirk for 5 minutes is kind of insane though, and from my understanding, it looks like he can use multiple at the same time. Less than a minute left. Everyone just has to act now in order to get as many points as possible. Holy shit, I didn't even have time to react to that. Deku not only got Speed Blitz, but look at them. They don't even know what the fuck happened. Ida just is insane, actually. I'm just so impressed with this move. And Deku's team just dropped to 0 points. No time for sulking. They are a team. If they lose together. Deku finally going to use his quirk. Bakugo is chasing down the copy guy and finally gets his hand on the headbands, taking 2 back and claiming 3rd place. But Bakugo wants more though. Not just 3rd place, he wants first, and my god, Bakugo doesn't hold back. The difference between heroes that want to be the best and ones that just want to fly under the radar is just huge. Those who want to be on top will be there. And dude, I forgot how hyped this season is, man. Deku uses his powers to move Todoroki's left hand, and we can see that he instinctively uses his fire powers. Deku steals the headband, but it's the wrong one. Last 9 seconds, everyone's here. The soundtrack is making it so fucking hype. Who's gonna win? What? That's how it's gonna end? I was getting blue balled the entire time? Oh, I feel you, Bakugo. I feel you, homie. Deku starts apologizing for not being able to keep the 10 million. Wait, what? When? Oh my fucking god. Tokoyama, you're the coolest. How do you steal fucking another headband off Todoroki? You are fucking god and I fucking love you. And Dark Shadow, you get a big thumbs up. And let's get them 4th place. Todoroki got some daddy issues and I can personally relate, but we'll get to that in another time. Todoroki and Deku seem to be having a discussion about something before the next round. God, what a good fucking finish, and I'm hype again. Deku and Todoroki have a discussion. Todoroki seems very pissed that he's having to break his pledge, saying Deku overpowered him into using his left side, thinking he is All Might's son, which is kind of funny because quirks can be passed down, so it isn't such a wild guess to be honest. Endeavor and All Might talk and it seems like there's a lot of tension between them, even though All Might seems so happy. Todoroki talks about forced quirk marriages, and it seems like it's a way to strengthen your bloodline and get more powerful offspring. Todoroki gives more information about himself, how he got his burnt mark, and how his father just sees him as a tool. Todoroki wants to get 1st place without using his left side. Bakugo seems to be listening on the information and a little shocked by the information as well. I love the reflection on both of their background. Deku definitely believes that he had it easier, but he has to show up for all the people that supported him. Not to let them down, but also not to downplay Todoroki's suffering and goals as well. Now we have the next stage of the festival. What a random fan service moment. Like, all I can say is, why? Anyway, the last round, it could be a one-on-one tournament bracket, and we have a withdrawal? Interesting. I guess I kind of understand it a little. Yeah, the pairings are up and we can finally get to these one-on-ones. I guess not. I guess the scavenger hunt instead and other games. Now, finally, we can start. All Might does his best to just get Deku out of his own head, reminding him to stand proud. Deku's opponent looked like he has the type of control quirk that allows him to get his opponents to give up. All he needs to do is just not respond to his opponent. Now that Deku is caught in his opponent's trap, will it end like this? Shinzo failed the hero exam but applied to general studies. He is forcing Deku to walk out of bounds. Aizawa seems to believe that Deku could win even without his quirk. It's just up to him if he can break out of the brainwashing. Even with the warning, he still ran into the trap, and the only way out is some type of shock to wake him out of the trance. Wait, how could he move? I don't remember if there was a reason for this later on, but I guess okay. My only theory right now is maybe his connection for One For All is growing stronger because All Might is losing his powers. Either way, Deku is free, and Iida shouting out for Deku and just so cute and so genuine. Wait, people he doesn't know? I thought this was like a guilt of all the people he was letting down, so it must have been the past users of the quirk. I'm thinking it is interesting to have these two fight because hearing Shinzo say something like being behind from birth, even though Deku of all people understand that dread more than anyone, and I love that line. I've been blessed by others, showing that he understands that he wouldn't be here without the kindness and strength of others, but it is up to him to use those blessings to reach his goal. Another satisfying grapple from our MC, and with that he moves on. Deku asks Shinzo why he wants to be a hero, seeing himself in him. I understand how he feels though. Having such a good quirk to do evil doesn't necessarily mean you should. Just because someone can do something mean doesn't mean they will or should. As he's leaving, he gets the praise, and I believe it's what he's been hoping for people to see him as a hero and not a villain, admire his quirk for the good that he does and how he applies it. I actually almost teared up in this scene. The unstoppable will of the human spirit. Deku talks to All Might about the people he saw, saying that he saw someone that looked like him. I do like this explanation because if it were for the past user that saved Deku, I would have hated this match. It would have only solidified Deku's luck up to this point, only being given One For All, but still has done everything on his own with the help of others, but he got here by himself. So I like this explanation. Todoroki heading into his match, but Endeavor is still there in the waiting room, pressing the issue about using his left side and how Todoroki is a creation to surpass All Might. Now for the match. It starts fast, but Todoroki looks pissed, apologizing while making a huge wave of ice. Yet this is to prove a point. Endeavor says he's reaching his limit of using his ice powers. This is a flex to show how strong his ice powers really are to his father. Todoroki apologizing is something I think I'll get back to later, but I like how he makes sure his classmates okay and even using his left hand to do so. We have the next round and it's just as quick as the last one, and I'm not sure how this girl isn't A class with something like that. Deku writing notes is always cute to see. It's something that I love about his character. Now for the fourth match. Iida versus Mei, support versus hero. Iida is using something that Mei designed for him. Mei is doing her best to get big companies' attention and kind of making a fool out of Iida. Just seems like a big infomercial ad, which is kind of funny, but she ends up surrendering. My editor did make a good comment about this and how it reminds him of Shikamaru versus Tamari, which is fun because the person who has a huge advantage just surrenders. Also, let's take a moment to say hello and thank you to my wonderful editor, Hollow. Thank you, Hollow. I love you. Now back to the script. Dude, these fights are so quick. I've been waiting so long for a good match. Match 5 starts and it's the purple grape loser is still saying outlandish things again. Such a short match. When will we get an exciting match? Yo, is that my boy Tokyo-Yama? Let's go. I'm fucking locked in. Yo, what a nasty guitar riff. Hype as fuck. Momo playing defense against the Dark Shadows attack. What do you mean? She's out of bounds already. What the fuck? I want more Tokyo-Yama. And no, this isn't the greatest quirk ever. It's the greatest stand in all of My Hero. Now for the mirror match in round 7. Literally the same intro pose and very similar ability. Urakaka's nerves are getting to her, and it seems like she has a fair point because she is up against someone who isn't holding back. What do you mean you came up with a plan for her? That's so fucking cute, man. Deku knows Bakugo very well, but to apply someone else's quirk to a plan is pretty sweet. Yet she wants to do this on her own, which is pretty noble. She lets out a cute little "see you in the finals," and oh my god, dude, she's very nervous, but she puts all the confidence she has out there. We have men just bashing each other over and over again. I would have liked to see this fight all the way through, but yet there's no time for that. Bakugo versus Urakaka about to start, and next episode? Ugh. Now for the final match of the first round, finally gets to start. Bakugo says quit now is kind of insane, but Urakaka isn't quitting. The match officially starts. She charges right at him and gets blown back. Yet keeps up the pursuit, using her jacket as a decoy to get behind Bakugo. Not enough though, Bakugo isn't holding back or taking it easy on her. I respect both of them, respecting your opponent and not holding back. The crowd starts to boo Bakugo, saying that he's just toying with her. Aizawa isn't having any of this slander, telling the heroes in the crowd to change careers if they're thinking like this, reflecting on what I said before. Bakugo respecting his opponent by not holding back and being careful. Then a thank you from her because Bakugo helped her finally get her plan together. Everyone counted her out, but she came up with a plan to use Bakugo's explosive power to create debris for her to use. She pushes for her opening, but Bakugo blows her and all the falling debris away in one attack. But it did look like it took a lot out of him to do. One more push, Uraraka falls, her body failing her, but crawling towards Bakugo. Even Bakugo stands ready, yet she exerted herself way too much and passes out. Bakugo is the winner and moves on. Very good and very quick fight, getting right to the point and showing insane growth out of both of the contestants. Bakugo and Deku come across each other right before the next match, and Bakugo suspects that Deku helped with the plan during his match. Deku explains that it was all Uraraka. Yet, my favorite line is when Bakugo is being told that he should have held back on a frail girl, just for him to ask what part of her was frail, showing he understood her strength and respected her the entire time. Deku checks up on Uraraka, all while the tiebreaker is being decided. Deku has to move on to his match now. Uraraka calls her father back, and man, who the fuck is cutting onions in my room right now? The emotions of her loss start to flow out as she talks to her father, wanting to have one to be able to show how great she is, just for him to understand her, that she feels this way because she's so caring, and that's what makes her a great hero. Oh my god, I'm actually crying in the club right now. Endeavor talks to Deku before the match, pressing him about Todoroki's purpose, yet Deku ain't taking it, saying he isn't All Might and Todoroki isn't Endeavor. Very solid response from my boy, man. And now it's time. Todoroki versus Deku. Oh my fucking god, Deku's mom! So fucking cute! I'm so hyped! Deku remembers everything Todoroki said to him as he walks up to the stage. They start. Todoroki sends an ice wave to Deku, but Deku sends it back to him. Todoroki braces himself with an ice wall behind him. Again, another wave, but now Deku is down to just 2 fingers. And yet again, another wave and another finger. Deku is down to 5 more shots. We get a little banter between the A-class and the stand, getting to know Bakugo's limit to his power. Todoroki closes the gap by freezing Deku's feet. Deku punches his foot, but now his arm is used up. Yet Todoroki is freezing him on his right side. Once more, another ice wave towards Deku, but he pushes it away with more force than before, and on top of that, using an already broken finger. Deku explained to Todoroki that he's stopping himself by not using his left side. He can negate the cold effects on his right side by using his left. That everyone here is using everything they got, so why is he holding back? Come at me with everything you've got. Todoroki tries to close in the gap, but Deku lands a punch right in the gut, but not without getting his left arm frozen. Deku and Todoroki keep going at it. The pros are worried that Deku is overdoing it and possibly need to stop the match. Deku used his thumb and pretty much all his fingers at this point and an arm. Everything is being placed on the line. Todoroki is slowing down but keeping Deku at bay. Deku charges in again, proclaiming he wants to be a hero, but not without using his head first, telling Todoroki, stop screwing around. Everyone is using everything they have to win, to be number 1. Do the fucking same. We get a flashback of Todoroki as a child. We get abuse, tears, youth being taken away. We get this scene of Todoroki's mom fearing his left side and how she poured boiling water on his face, and how casually Endeavor put Todoroki's mom in the hospital. The rage he must feel for someone who has taken everything away from him. I understand why he wouldn't want anything to do or anything close to what his father is, yet Deku is telling him that this is his power, not his father's. Use it and give it a new purpose. Be the top hero for yourself. The things you are given don't decide who you are. Your parents don't get to reflect on who you are either. The ones that define you, it will always be you. Now Todoroki is Todoroki. The tears in his eyes as he tells Deku, I want to be a hero too. Endeavor thinks he understands what's going on here, yet he really doesn't. And you say Run is playing, and this scene is just beautiful. But you can only have one winner here. With everything they got, everything pushed out, nothing left in the tank. One last clash. The animation is beautiful. Finally, when the smoke clears, only one person left standing, and it's Todoroki. Holy fucking shit, was that amazing. The fight is settled and Todoroki is confronted by his father, telling him now that he has finally stopped being childish and used his left side, asking him to work for him as he graduates. The line of Todoroki hit so hard for that one moment. I forgot about you. Such a powerful line and has so much more meaning to it than you actually think on the surface. Deku is in the hospital and Recovery Girl is telling All Might to not praise him for such a dangerous act. Deku apologizes for not being able to win and that he wanted to help Todoroki, but All Might reassures him that meddling when you don't need to is the essence of being a hero. Now for the next match, Ida cleanly beats the plant hair girl by moving her out of bounds and moves on to the next round. Next, we have my boy Tokyo Yama and his stand Dark Shadow, obviously winning by pushing out his opponent as well. Deku and Recovery Girl are talking about how his hand is crooked, and Recovery Girl says to both All Might and Deku that she will not heal any more of his wounds. They need to figure out how he can use his powers without self-destructing. Deku tells All Might that he believes that someone else should be All Might's successor, yet All Might drops the lore that he was quirkless too, telling us that All Might's master believed in him and trained him to be a hero, understanding that they both have started from zero and worked hard to become a top hero, so if All Might can do it, so can Deku, showing us how they mirror each other even more. We see Ida's older brother out on a mission and it looks like he's chasing down Stain. Now for Bakugo's match, Deku and Ida talk about his surgery and talk about Ida's brother. Bakugo finds an opening and wins his match. Now for the semifinals, Ida has to take on Todoroki, doing his best to avoid the waves Todoroki sends at him. Ida using 8 seconds so he can land a good hit and get Todoroki out of bounds, yet his muffler is frozen and Ida loses the match. Yet Todoroki still didn't use his left side again. We cut to Ida's brother who completely bloodied and on the floor, Stain proclaiming that only All Might will be allowed to kill him, and I'm assuming because Stain only sees All Might as the one true hero. Now for the hothead versus stand user. Oh my god, why did God give his toughest battles to me? Who do I root for? My angry baby boy or my glorious stand user? Ugh. Bakugo is pushing back Tokyo Yama because the light caused by his quirk is making Dark Shadow have a huge disadvantage. Bakugo hits him with a stun grenade and wins the match. Now it will be Todoroki versus Bakugo in the finals. Ida's mom calls him about Ida's brother and his condition. We get our first look at Stain, and my god, did he look fucking badass. Like, I'm sorry, Ida. I know now's not the time to glaze him, but damn, dude. Stain is contacted by the League of Villains, and this is where they look like they're trying to recruit him. We get a flashback of my favorite moment of Bakugo so far. Everything that led up to the final fight. Bakugo and Todoroki have a conversation right before the fight, Bakugo wanting Todoroki to go all out and not hold anything back. Now it's time for the finals of the sports festival. Todoroki sends a huge ice wall towards Bakugo, who deflects it with multiple explosions, clawing himself out of the ice wave. Bakugo sends himself flying towards Todoroki, dodging and keeping himself on the left side. Bakugo is pissed that he isn't using his left side, underestimating him. He clearly wants an undisputed first place victory. Nothing hidden away, everything put into this fight, so no excuses when he claims first place. Todoroki has this mental blockage after his fight with Deku, yet Deku screams at him to do his best and not to lose. There we have it. The leg weights are off and it's time to go all fucking out. Or not? Bakugo is crowned the winner, but he doesn't like it at all. Todoroki put out his flames at the last second, costing him the match and making Bakugo pissed. Both of these kids are now going through so much, and it's hard to see by just being a spectator viewing the match. Now for the award ceremony. Bakugo is tied up, but I honestly don't blame him for being so pissed off. But hey yo, my boy Tokyo Yama got 3rd place. Let's go. Todoroki looks so sad, and we find out that Ida had to leave due to family reason, which we all know he's running to his brother's side. Deku knows why Ida left, and we can only hope that his brother's condition isn't dire. All Might gives medals presenting to the winners and gives them good advice moving forward. We get Bakugo, who expressed how much he hates being first place like this. He wants to win for himself, but not by default. His resisting is just so fucking funny, man. We're gonna say the thing. Okay, everyone, all together with All Might. Ready? Plus Ultra. Oh shit. I guess wrong crowd. Ida runs to his brother's side, seeing his brother in almost a dying state. Ida looks up to his brother, and it must be difficult to see him and must really crush his heart. Seeing someone that he loves and adores in such a fragile state must be really difficult. Todoroki goes to visit his mother, which will be the first time since the incident. Damn. Oh, why am I crying right now? He sees his mother and he says he wants to save her, and this is his starting line. Oh my god. I'm actually fucking crying, man. We get short little scene with Uraraka returning to her family, Deku talking with his mom, and also Bakugo is still pissed. It's really a cute way to wrap up the festival, and on top of that, we get to see who gets recruited in the second half of this season. With that, the sports festival is finished, and let's look at my biggest complaint, the fights. Some of the fights just felt super rushed and didn't give any highlight to any other characters, which is okay, but I really don't know much about other characters, so if you rush the fight, I'm gonna get even less information about them and possibly lose interest. And on top of that, people with fun, unique powers kind of got sidelined. For example, Momo. I think her power is really great, yet I think her fight with Tokyoyama was kind of weak showing for her. Yet I do think her power has so much potential to create an interesting fight, but I guess not. And to be honest, that's pretty much my only complaint about this half. I really enjoyed it, so let's go on to things I loved about this season. First up, Shinzo. I really love the idea of this fight. Someone who has a quirk that feels useless and might as well be quirkless against Deku. Someone who is literally quirkless. Shinzo had a lot of depth to him, and I really hope that this isn't the last time we see him. Seeing someone who is seen as a villain just because of how people are born, but doesn't get to defy them and see what they actually truly become. Yes, it is a villain type power, but it doesn't mean that that's what Shinzo wants. He wants to help people with this power. He wants to be a hero like everyone else. It's just a quick fight, and it's a very eye-opening theme to what the whole tournament is about. Next, Todoroki was a huge highlight for me this season and a person I related to so much. He has such a strong motivation to be the best, and you can easily root for him. Coming from an abusive household myself, it was easy to sympathize with him. Also, not using his left side powers as well. I mean, I'm not able to blast fire out of my left side, but for most of my life, I was scared to drink due to my abuser being an alcoholic, so I stayed away from it for a while. It wasn't until close friends told me that it'll be okay and they'll watch over me if I get out of hand, and luckily I'm a very affectionate and hugging drunk, if I'm using that correctly, so I became more comfortable with alcohol after that. Well, back to the point. Todoroki struggling with his power because it reminds him of his father. It's an eternal battle that he fights, and he needs a better understanding. Seeing that Deku tried his hardest to push him and using his powers that he was given, the powers belong to him, and I think it's just really wonderful to see. Next is Deku versus Todoroki. Man, this fight was a clash of ideals. Deku, who knows that being a hero means putting everything on the line, and not just that, to save people. And at that moment, Todoroki needed saving from the drowning confusion about who he is, what he wants, and what does his power do for him. Do they define him, or does he define his powers? It's such a great way of exploring Todoroki's character, and my god, was the animation just beautiful. Bakugo is another highlight for me as well. I have said this before and I will say it again. I love fucking characters that are true to themselves. Bakugo is Bakugo, and he'll act like himself. So when he's fighting in the tournament, he's taking everyone seriously because of a few things. He will not hold back because he wants a decisive victory, and that's what he's looking for. He's putting respect on everyone that's in this tournament, and he doesn't want to give anyone an opening like Deku found on him when they first fought. Him not holding back and even pressuring Todoroki to use everything so Bakugo could crush him at his 100%. It feels so good to win, but even better when nothing is held back. So it was understandable that he was so pissed off that Deku was able to pull out the left side power out of Todoroki, but he couldn't even at the finals. Bakugo, I just want to say this now. I want to apologize for criminally undermining your character and harshly oversimplifying it to just a hothead. You have so much more depth to you, and I hope I've done right by the Bakugo fans as I try to unravel this character one layer at a time. I can't finish this without talking about my boy Tokyoyama. This man is just so cool, calm-headed, and collective character that is just easy to love. Like, come on, man. He has a JoJo stand, and you can pet it. I mean, I just had so much fun rewatching this and finding things that I actually like. I do think I was a bit young and naive when I first watched it for the first time, so I'm glad I'm going through the series again with a new lens. But don't get me wrong, I will criticize things when times come. No matter how much I love things, it's always open to criticism. Anyways, I really enjoyed the first half of the season. Hopefully, you'll be here when I finish season 2. Thank you for making it to the end of the video. Please let me know what your favorite part about the first half of this season is. I would love to discuss it with you all in the comments below. Thank you again for making it to the end of this video. I have been your bestest bro, and I'll see you when I see ya. Another video in the books. Time to work on another script.
Are you forgetting something?
Oh, hey, Radio. I just finished a video. I'm about to start on another script.
I said, are you forgetting something?
Oh, you're talking about promoting the fan animation of Naruto versus Ichigo by overworking our animator Omar until he can't use his hands anymore?
Wait, what does he just say?
Exactly. We should let your viewers know.
Until I can't use my hands anymore?
Yeah, of course. Take it away, Radio.
Become a patron today to help us finish the very anticipated Naruto vs. Ichigo fan animation. There are a variety of tiers to choose from, ranging from $2, and if you're feeling really generous, $2,500. Different perks of being a Patreon are Discord access, live streams, daily updates if Omar remembers to post it, and much more. Come and be a part of this amazing community. Thank you for all of your support.